global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a trending news for you, and the headline reads, Biafrans stay alert as 14,000 churches have been earmarked for this in the southeastern region. See details. But before we go into the news proper and further analysis, we would like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button below. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Okay, let's go straight into the news of the day. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, says it has uncovered plots by terrorists to bomb about 14,000 churches in the southeast geopolitical zone before the end of March 2020. IPOB, which raised the alarm in a press statement issued by Imam Powerful, that's the publicity secretary, called on Christians in the zone as well as Ndibo in general to get ready for self-defense. According to the pro-Biafran group, the terrorists have already been deployed and allocated various churches to bomb once they get the final order from their sponsors. The statement further said the terrorists had also infiltrated the tricycle, aka Keke business, in most towns and communities across Southeast as a cover for the evil agenda. The statement made available to newsmen read in part, intelligence gathering by IPOB has revealed that about 14,000 churches have already been earmarked for bombing by the terrorists who have been deployed to the zone. Most of these guys are already living amongst us in the various communities and cities in the southeast, where some of them operate now as tricycle, that's keke riders, commercial motorcycle operators, and shoemakers. They wander around our villages and streets as innocent people, but they have wicked intent, and they are only waiting for order to unleash mayhem. Few days ago, some of these bloodsuckers were observed no more here, identifying some churches to bomb on the set date. Further intelligence report by IPOB intelligence team revealed that these guys have concluded plans to blow up the marked churches simultaneously on the set date once they receive the final order from their sponsors. This they intend to carry out before March 30th. There is already so much evidence confirming this wicked plot. Just last week, a security agent in Mufti was seen at Ori Umahia narrating how he narrowly escaped execution for refusing to ally with the secret plot to unleash mayhem on Biafrans. Similar event was also reported at Okigwe last month. It has also been discovered that many of these guys have infiltrated Keke and Okada operators in most cities and villages with the evil objective of familiarizing themselves with our terrains. IPOB, which accused Southeast governors of docility and insensitivity over the looming danger, said the Southeast had already been surrounded by terrorists. We want to sound the alert to our people that Ndibo and indeed the entire Biafra land have been surrounded by terrorists. They have already taken over our forests and our farmlands, marauding as herdsmen. Some of them are foot soldiers, now live among us, posing as shoe shiners, hawkers, laborers, and gatemen. It is very unfortunate that our governors and selfish political jobbers are not concerned about this disturbing trend. They are joking with the security of their people. They connive with Abuja to betray IPOB. They have refused to form regional security outfit, unlike their counterparts in the southwest. So our people should not trust or depend on our so-called leaders anymore for their security. IPOB also cautioned residents of Southeast against boarding keke and commercial motorcycle operated by strangers. And people should also stop boarding keke or kokada being operated by strangers, the statement reads. IPOB should also claim that IPOB, which also claimed that explosion in Abula Ado, Lagos on Sunday was targeted against Ndibo, the dominant population of the area, called on the international community to hold the Nigerian government responsible for any attack in the southeast. We also called the international community to hold Nigerian government accountable for any genocide going on in the Christian communities across the nation. They have refused to protect innocent people but allow Fulani herdsmen, bandits and terrorists to move about with weapons of warfare, including AK-47. IPOB, however, vowed to vehemently resist any attack to attempt to attack residents of Southeast and to protect the people no matter the cost. Our message to the terrorists and other sponsors is that they will be shocked in the entire Southeast and South-South. IPOB is ready for them. But when contacted, the Police Public Relations Officer (PPRO) in charge of Abia State, Mr. Godfrey Obonna, said police were not aware of any plots to bomb churches in the Southeast. Alright, that was a long read, but it was worth the while. You've heard it from Imam Powerful himself. That's the is publicity secretary of IPOB. I'm talking about the indigenous people of Biafra. They have warned the Indigbos, they've warned the South-South and particularly the Southeast to stay awoke. They say they should stay alert that already impending doom is around. They should protect themselves. But let's call a spade a spade. I think sometime in 2019, this actually is a true life story. It happened in Lagos, close to Lasma office, where these guys, they had so many keke riders. Even Festac actually complained as well that they have seen so many strange faces. Some of them looking like Niger guys, some of them not looking like, they're looking more like Fulani guys. Now riding bikes, flooded the whole, Festac town. And some of the Festac residents started complaining. See the way they move in, they threaten. Some of them go about with their daggers. The other time, they plied, I think my two, and one of the policemen were like, "Why are you plying bike on this route?" and all that, trying to tell them they don't have papers, they should move away from there. They almost stabbed the police officer in charge. Can you imagine a uniformed man almost being stabbed by a Fulani Okada rider? What IPOB Imapa is saying is not totally far from the truth. Let's be truthful to ourselves. Let's leave sentiment. Look around. If you live in Nigeria, you must either see a shoe shiner that is of that particular kindred, or if you don't see a shoe shiner, you are seeing them as the ones that they call them Meriwada. These guys that usually supply water. They carry jerry cans in a big truck, as in a pushing truck like equipment, where they put like 10 robbers. They supply you 50 naira, 100 as the case may be, depending on your location and state. And once they supply you that, they are majorly done by the Hausas, the Hausa Fulanis really. So they know the terrains. They go fetch water. They'll be moving around residential areas, behaving as if they want to supply water. It may not be wrong. They may not be far from the truth. They also, because this has been, and shoe shiners, so they're like cobblers. You see them, some of them they like to repair. They're also Obioma. Some people call them Obioma. These people that usually carry a small sewing machine on their shoulders in case you want to amend your clothes. They're everywhere. It's not a lie. And now they're riding keke. It's true. And they've started entering keke business. And that keke business means they will drive every all those nooks and crannies that are not permitted by other cars, but keke can drive. Now moving to all those places. They also ride bikes. They're so dominant. There's so much. In fact, those are one of the reasons, I guess, that someone decided to disband keke and bikes in Lagos some time ago in Lagos, because it was becoming a menace. They don't obey traffic warden. They don't obey the rule of law. They drive. If you tell them don't ride it, that's that same place where they ride. If you thought they threaten with dagger, it's that bad. And they tell you, our brother they for up, our brother they for up. Your brother they for up, doesn't mean you're above the law. These are things we're talking about. And now they're now full-blooded. The other time, if you check our feed, we carried a video of how an Igbo guy, one of these about 10 or 11 of the Fulani guys were moving around 11, 12 in the midnight. Some of these youths were just watching them. See, they watched quietly as they stood in a particular place, looked to the left, looked to the right, and planted a bomb. We brought the video live. We showed you the bomb they planted. That it was the youth now that raised the alarm, that brought other youth people to come, and they now searched and found the bomb planted in between a school and a church, waiting probably to detonate. I'm sure they are planted as like IPOB member press secretary had rightly said. Maybe they're just waiting for the uniform time so that when you just say go, it will explode here, poof, it will explode in every other place simultaneously. You begin to wonder, is it gas explosion? One begins to wonder truly, is that thing that happened in Lagos, is it truly a gas explosion? Remember Brutai, the army chief of staff, said something quite unique, very unique the other time. He said, look, that the Boko boys are already that they are upon us and they're already in Lagos. They're trying to contain them. You can imagine, Lagos is Lagos is a place filled with so much population. Any funny bomb would take a lot of lives, would definitely take a lot of property. But this is not a warning we should take lightly. If there's always, even if you will call it a rumor, some of you may say it's not rumor, propaganda, but there's always an oil of truth. The other time the army officer went to the market and warned some of these market women. We also carried it. Say, look, you are busy here selling. They already surrounded you people. They're everywhere. Very soon they will do what they want to do. And you can keep dropping subtle hints here and there. You're taking it for levity, and I'm still surprised that up till now they're still wasting time on logistics to launch a security outfit. But okay, that's my take. I feel that it shouldn't go beyond. It should go beyond this. Not just being alert. Folding your hands and being alert doesn't make any difference. When it detonates, it still comes down to killing. I would have advised that things that will frustrate it, like stop entering all the kekes, any stranger that is not in your community. You see, before now, some states don't even permit strangers to come in. All of a sudden, because of unity and oneness, they've started allowing everybody into every state, and this is what is causing this whole issue. But then, what do you think about this whole warning that Ima Powerful, the press secretary of IPOB member, has warned the Igbos to be careful about the 14,000 churches earmarked to be, for this